The Menu is the newest comedy thriller film to hit theaters. It's getting a lot of rave reviews right now from critics. Is it really that good, or are they all full of crap? Find out in my review next. A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. The film stars Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, Chau, Janet McTeer, Paul Adelstein, John Leguizamo, and many more, and was directed by Margot Mills, who has done a lot of TV series, but he did direct the 2011 comedy film, What's Your Number? Going into The Menu, I only watched the teaser trailer going into this film, so I didn't know too much about this film. This film, I like that it is in a remote island situation where we're in this fancy restaurant. Ralph Fiennes, he is the head chef, and he is very structured. He has this really full-fledged meal and courses that he wants these people to try, and he's very structured with these courses, and the people that are working for him, they are very obedient. It's almost like a military or a cult-like kind of phenomenon that are really following him, and it's very interesting. Every time he has a new course, he claps his hands and everybody is paying attention to him, so you can really tell that he is the leader in the room. And the way that he carries this character, it's very kind of sinister like, but it's kind of a slow build up with his character before he really reveals his true colors. You have Anya Taylor-Joy, who is the most opposite of all the characters. She is one of those girls that you can tell that she didn't really grow up very lavishly. She didn't go to fancy outings. She doesn't like extravagant food. You can tell that she really doesn't want to be there. Now, her supposed date in this, he took her to this restaurant because basically somebody bailed on him, so he took her. So she was not really supposed to be in this situation. So her being in the situation is like a monkey wrench thrown into this film, because Ralph Fiennes, he takes a fascination with her character because she is not like everybody else. She doesn't have fancy money. She's not a critic. The film really has a high subject matter of food fanatics. So in Anya Taylor-Joy's case, she's there not looking for the most extravagant meal, so really she doesn't care about that fine dining experience. She just wants something that really tastes good. While you have others in this film that are rich and they really are just looking for that fine diner experience. You'll have people that really will love everything. You'll have some people that will critique fairly. You'll have some people that really are really nitpicky. And then you'll just have some that just complain about every little thing. And I think that you really see that with these characters here, because you do see that the wealthy here are really draining the chef of his creativity. And because they're draining him of his creativity, he really just doesn't really care about the process of making this food anymore. And it really drains the appreciation to really cook anymore, because when you have people that don't really appreciate your food and you're just throwing out money because it's a finer diner experience, you're really not getting that taste that you should be getting, and you should be appreciating the food that you're actually getting. It's kind of like in Ratatouille, where a little chef talks about how you need to really savor the food, chew it slowly, really taste the flavor. And these people, they really aren't doing that. They're really just being really nitpicky about certain things that he's putting on the table. And I like that how it really showed that people that really have this kind of money, they can really act really ridiculous at times. And there were definitely characters in this film where I pointed them out and I was thinking to myself, oh, I know what they're going to do next. And there were also other characters in this film where I was like, I definitely know somebody like that. The film is also very dark and it has very dry humor. There were a lot of points in this film where I was laughing. I did like certain points in the film where they actually showed what was actually getting put in front of them and described it in actual different lettering on the screen. That was really cool little touch to have on the screen. But I think this film, it doesn't really push the boundaries as much as I wanted it to. I don't really think that this film is really much of a horror film. It does kind of push a little bit into that narrative. I think it really has that drama, kind of thriller-ish kind of film to it, but it doesn't push as much as I wanted it to, mainly because as the film is getting to a close, I felt like there should have been a little bit more push to what was actually going on. If someone is backing you into a corner and certain events are unfolding and you have all these certain individuals in front of you, you feel like you should be doing a little bit more. I felt like the character should have been doing a little bit more into the situation, but a lot of them just let the situation actually just unfold, and I think there could have been a little bit more. I think with Ralph Fiennes' character, his character is pretty good, but but I also felt like we didn't get a lot of backstory with the whole chefs that are working for him. How did they get into this situation? It just seems like they're kind of in this trance of this cult kind of transformation, if you could say. And there's certain scenes in here where certain actual characters are actually doing certain things, and I was like, well, how did they get into that situation? What is he saying? There's certain things in this film where he'll whisper something into certain individuals' ears, and I was thinking to myself, what more is he actually saying to these people? Because we don't really know. Is he telling them to do certain things? There's some control that he has under these different chefs. And I would be lying if the ending and wrap of this film didn't remind me of another certain A24 film and another certain horror film that is very beloved by horror fans. I really felt like this ending really reminded me of those two films. I'm not going to name the films because it would definitely give away a little bit of what the ending of this film actually is. But in really closing about this film, I think that it really sums up the fact that rich people, they may have that fine dining and they may be paying all this money, but they should be a little bit more appreciative of actually the actual art that's in front of them and actually have that appreciation for that cook that is actually cooking that food. And maybe that doesn't even go for just rich people, just in general, critics and other people that attend more fancy dining restaurants. And sometimes it's okay to just have something that really you just really enjoy, whether it's going to McDonald's and enjoying a burger at McDonald's and spending a little bit less. It isn't always about fine dining and how much money you have. And even if you have all that flashy money to go out to fine dining, sometimes you just want something a little bit more simpler. And that's really what I gathered from this film. As far as a score for this film, I would give it a 3 out of 5. I liked it for what it was, but I did want it to push a little bit further into a little bit more details of certain things, and I wanted a little bit more push and a little bit more. I feel like the genre here, it's kind of like drama. It's like a light thriller, light suspense, small little dabbles of horror, but I feel like the genre here, it's kind of like a mix because it has that comedy aspect as well. But I did like this film, 3 out of 5, and I think that it's something that I would probably watch again, but I don't know if it's something that I would actually buy or not. Maybe so, maybe not. I do like Anya Taylor-Joy in this. I think she's my favorite character besides Ralph Fiennes in this. But that's my review on The Menu. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it kind of meh? Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on my next review.